Hey yo, Mike, and I'm back with my Fisker one, and today we are going to do what I call the Matt Special. This is the Mountain Ranger, the guy who inspires all the how-to videos for the Fisker, and I am going to do one of his videos, an install on the battery monitoring system as well as the charging and maintaining system. This is going to be a permanent install, so once I get this installed in Natasha here, don't kill me for the name. I named her before everything went down, and just because that, I'm not going to change the name. Anyway, I'm going to install Natasha, and we are going to walk through it together. What I've got here is the Bluetooth monitor. This is the new 4.0 edition on Amazon. I've got a 3-foot SAE cable to extend, and then coming off the battery will be this SAE with fuse, as well as the Bluetooth monitor. Originally, when you buy the battery tender, it's going to come with this cable, but it's going to have alligator clips. Just take the screws off and clip the rings so that way they look like C's, and then, or U, depending on how you want to see it. But anyway, they just need to slide under a couple screws as Matt shows in his video, so we're going to get right to it. I chose the 5 amp automatic battery charger maintainer, and this is if the battery is in good condition. If you have a battery that is in serious need of attention, you're going to want my last video to utilize one of these babies. They're the 15 amp charger. This thing is going to be the only thing that's going to revive your ocean with a dead 12 volt and dead high voltage battery. So you just swap that out. Now you're going to want to keep it maintained while you're bringing your high voltage back up to speed. Anyway, let's get to it. So we need to remove this front body piece, and we are going to do so with some trim removal tools. Here, let's get to it. You see the U here? Well, you just wedge that right in there, nice and gentle, and after that, boom, just pops right out. You guys see how easy that was? Of course, I'm doing it one-handed too. So, rare piece, Fisker bankrupt, don't want to mess with this piece, so be very gentle. All right, next thing what you guys are going to want is a 1/2-inch socket on top of an extension, and you can use a drive. I've got a 1/4 right here, and we are going to insert that right into this little hole. And be mindful, guys, that bolt can drop down below you. You're going to need a magnetic tool, so be very careful when you're pulling out both hood bolts. Do so at an angle, tilt it up a little bit. That way you can remove the bolt and not drop it down in the pan. Cheers. All right, as you can tell, it's crazy hot here in Florida. It's more so humid, and it's about to storm outside, so I'm glad I'm here underneath the garage. And let's get right to it. I got the hood popped, so let's look at it. All right, where we're going to be working today is over here in this segment. We got a battery bus terminal cover here, and we've got our AGM H4 battery. She's pretty small right over here. And what we're going to have to do is we're going to loosen that little guy right there. And that's going to allow us just enough room to slip one of those U or C clamps underneath. And then, like Matt said, we're going to use this battery bus terminal here. Let me see if I can pull off the cover. Obviously, there's some electricity, guys, so be careful. Anyway, this battery bus terminal actually sits directly on the battery. So what you are looking at is the battery horizontally here. And you got the positive terminal here, the negative terminal over there, and we are going to be loosening that terminal, and our monitor and charging system will actually go on the same in between. This will sit right back on top and we're off to the races. Oh, and one more thing. You better find that Lucid 10 millimeter because you're going to need it. Because guess what? If you're missing the 10 millimeter and all you got is a 9 and 11 and an 8, etc., 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 and you can't find anything for your socket because that is a 10, and you can access an extension socket through this hole down to that, or you can use yourself a handy dandy wrench, because that's what you're going to need in the event your 10 millimeter is lost. All right, once you cats went ahead and connected the terminals like I did here and there, you can go ahead and put the cover back on. All right there, ladies and gents, we got our Bluetooth monitor installed and gently zip tied against the battery containment unit. And now it is time to route our SAE battery charging and maintaining system. Okay, now we got our 3-foot extension wire attached to the SAE connection. Again, I say SAE. You want to make sure that your extension has a waterproof cap. That way you can keep it externally handy when you're going through rain or car washes. But what we're going to do is we're going to route it underneath everything. And let's see if I can swap hands here. And we're going to pull this up. Okay, just like that. And we are going to sneak up through this bracket behind it, because you don't want to go between it. You'll pinch the cable and then no joy. And then feed some more wire. Feed. And I will show you what this looks like at the conclusion here. Essentially, you guys can probably see, it allows you access to the engine bay. Well, motor bay. That is where we are going. And this will allow you nice little handy access to your charging cable when you need it. And you can just tuck it down there when you don't. So we are going to clean this up, zip tie some wires, and I'll meet you guys on the other end. All right, we're back on the other end, and for the cleanest possible look, I zip tied it to the actual frame unit here. There's a tiny little hole, keeps it nice and tucked away from everything hot, and also is near the rest of the electrical. You have your fuse accessible should the charging unit have some sort of failure. But yeah, I think it came out nice. And again, we got this guy, little sneak attack here available. And then if you guys note, there's a tiny little hole right there. That's a good place to secure the cable so it doesn't fall back in. And then just go ahead and clip that. Bada bing, Bada boom. Who says you can't work on an EV, huh? Go ahead and just there we go. Push that down. And then you know what, Steve? I think it's about time to close this shop. But first, we want to give the charging system a test. And hey there, Bob, don't you know? She is operational. Got it plugged in right there. Charging. Now let's check the app, see what the app says. Well, there you guys have it. Hopefully you had fun, because I had fun making this video. Job complete. Thank you again, Matt, the Mountain Ranger, for the original video and the how-to. All credit goes to him. I just did it in my own style and made a video for you guys to enjoy just for entertainment. So hopefully it helped you, because this is already helping put my mind at ease. I don't want a brick car. I know you don't either. So let's get in it together. Let's get this installed in yours, and see you guys on the next video. Cheers.